kids! Welcome to Teacher Beth's Class TV. Welcome to the second part of our video lesson on traditional Filipino games. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to classify Filipino traditional games and for this time, invasion and fielding and striking games. Are you ready? Traditional Filipino games. Traditional Filipino games or laro ng Pinoy in the Philippines, also known as laro ng lahi, are games commonly played by Filipino children, usually using native materials or instruments. And for the continuation of our video lesson on traditional Filipino games, let's discuss about invasion games and fielding and striking games. An invasion game is a type of game where players try to invade the opponent's area or territory to score points while also protecting their own area. The main goal is to move into the other team's side and score while preventing the other team from doing the same. A fielding and striking game is a type of game where one team strikes or hits an object like a ball to score points, while the other team fields or catches or retrieves the object and tries to stop the scoring. Players take turns hitting and fielding. Here are some examples of traditional Filipino invasion games. Patintero. Patintero is a traditional Filipino invasion game where players try to cross a grid without being tagged by the guards standing on the lines. Objective: cross from one end of the playing field to the other and back without being tagged by the taggers. Materials needed: a flat open space, chalk or any material to draw lines on the ground. Number of players: minimum of 6 players, 3 to 4 runners, and 2 to 3 tuggers. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the playing area. Draw a rectangular grid on the ground, usually 5 to 6 meters long, divided into several sections with horizontal and one vertical line, like a big tic-tac-toe grid. 2. Assign taggers. One team becomes the taggers or guards who stay on the lines. The other team becomes the runners who will try to cross. 3. Start the game. At the signal, runners try to cross the grid from start to finish and back. Taggers can only move along the lines except the one guarding the vertical line who can move sideways. 4. How to get tagged. A runner is out if they are touched by a tagger while crossing. And 5. Winning the game. The team that crosses back and forth the most times without getting tagged wins. Teams switch roles after all runners have been tagged. These are tips to win Patintero. Runners must be quick and strategic, using fake moves to avoid getting tagged. Taggers must work together to block and trap runners. Agawan Base. Agawan Base is a traditional Filipino invasion game where two teams compete to tag members of the opposing team and capture their base without being tagged. Objective: capture the opposing team's base or tag as many opponents as possible without getting caught. Materials needed: 2 objects, either stones, bottles, or sticks, to serve as bases, and open playing field. Number of players: at least 4 players for 2 teams, but more players make it more exciting. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the playing field. Place two bases at opposite ends of the playing area. Divide players into two equal teams, each guarding one base. 2. Start the game. At the signal, players run to tag opponents and try to reach the other team's base. 3. Tagging. If you tag an opponent, they are caught and must go to your team's base as a prisoner. A prisoner can be freed if a teammate tagged them without getting caught. 4. Capturing the base. If a player successfully touches the opponent's base without being tagged, they win a point for their team. And 5. Winning the game. The team that captures the other base the most times or eliminates all opponents wins. Tips to win the game. Players should work together. Some distract the opponents while others go for the base. Be quick and alert to avoid being tagged. Lawin at Sisiu. Lawin at Sisiu is a traditional Filipino chasing game that imitates a hawk or lawin, trying to catch chicks or sisiu protected by a mother hen or the inahin. Objective: the hawk tries to tag the chicks while the mother hen protects them by blocking the hawk's path. Materials needed: open space for running and chasing, and no special materials required. Number of players: minimum of 5 players, 1 hawk, 1 mother hen, 3 or more chicks. Rules and how to play. 1. Assign roles. Choose 1 player to be the lawin. Choose 1 player to be the inahin. The rest are sisiu. 2. Formation. The chicks line up behind the mother hen, holding onto the waist of the one in front of them. 3. Start the game. The hawk stays in front, trying to tug the chicks. The mother hen spreads her arms and moves left or right to block the hawk from reaching the chicks. 4. Chasing. The chicks try to avoid getting caught by moving behind the mother hen. The hawk continues until one chick is tagged. 5. Role switching. The chick who is tagged becomes the next hawk and the game restarts. Tips in playing the lawin at sisiu. The mother hen should be quick and alert to block the hawk. Play in a safe open area to avoid tripping or bumping into obstacles. Agawan Sulok. Agawan Sulok is a traditional Filipino chasing game where players compete to occupy corners or sulok while one player tries to tag them. Objective: take control of an empty corner without being tagged by the it or taya. Materials needed: open space with 4 or more marked corners. Either chalk marks, stones, or posts can serve as corners. Number of players: minimum of 5 players, 4 players for corners plus 1 taya. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the playing area. Mark 4 or more corners in a square or circular formation. 2. Assign the taya. Choose 1 player to be the taya or the tagger. 3. Start the game. Each player except the taya occupies 1 corner. At the signal, players can run and try to transfer to another corner. 4. Tagging. The taya tries to steal a corner by tagging a player before they reach an empty one. The tag player becomes the new taya. 5. Continue the game. The game goes on with players running, switching corners, and avoiding the taya. Tips to play Agawan Sulok. Be quick and watch for empty corners. The taya should stay alert and move fast to tag players before they reach safety. Agawan Panyo. Agawan Panyo is a traditional Filipino invasion game where two teams compete to grab a handkerchief or panyo placed at the center of the playing area and safely bring it back to their base without being tagged. Objective: grab the handkerchief first and return safely to your team's base without being tagged by the opponent. Materials needed: one handkerchief or small cloth, open space with two marked bases and a center. Number of players: at least 4 players, 2 per team. But more players make the game more exciting. Rules and how to play. Prepare the playing area. Mark 2 bases at opposite ends of the field. Place the handkerchief at the center line. 2. Divide players into teams. Form 2 teams with equal number of players. Assign each player a number 1, 2, 3 or more per team. 3. Start the game. The game master calls out a number. The players with that number from both teams run to the center to grab the handkerchief. 4. Grabbing and running. The player who grabs the paño must run back to their base without being tagged by the opponent. If tagged while holding the paño, the opponent's team gets the point. 5. Winning the game. The team with the most points after all rounds is declared the winner. Tips to win the game. Be quick but careful when approaching the center. Use fake moves to trick your opponent before grabbing the paño. Stay alert. Speed and timing are key. Araw Lilim. Araw Lilim is a traditional Filipino outdoor game where players try to avoid being tagged by staying out of the sunlight or araw and moving only in shaded areas or lilim. Objective: stay in the shade or lilim and avoid getting tagged while moving from one shaded area to another. Materials needed: open area with natural or artificial shaded spots like trees, posts, walls, or objects that create shadows, and no special equipment needed. Number of players: at least 4 players, 1 taya plus 3 or more runners. Rules and how to play. 1. Choose the taya. Select one player to be the taya or the tagger. 2. Define the play area. Identify which areas count as shade and which count as sun. Players must stay in the shade as much as possible. 3. Start the game. At the signal, players move from one shaded area to another without stepping into sunlight for too long. The taya tries to tag players who are caught in the sunlight. And 4. Switch roles. The player who is tagged becomes the next taya. Tips in playing Araw Lilim. Best played in late morning or afternoon when there are clear shadows. Make sure the play area is safe and free from obstacles that could cause tripping. And players should move quickly and plan their route from one shadow to another. Iring-iring. Iring-iring is a Filipino traditional game where players sit in a circle and one player, which is the it, secretly drops a handkerchief or paño behind someone's back. The seated player must notice it quickly, grab it, and chase the it around the circle. Objective: avoid being caught by the player who pick up the handkerchief or paño and take their seat before being tagged. Materials needed: handkerchief or small cloth, open space big enough for players to sit in a circle. Number of players: at least 6 players, or more players make it more exciting. Rules and how to play. 1. Form a circle. All players sit in a big circle facing inward. 2. Choose the taya. One player becomes the taya or the it and holds the handkerchief. 3. Walking around. The taya walks around the outside of the circle while others sing or chant a rhyme. Secretly, the taya drops the handkerchief behind any seated player. 4. Chase. If the seated player notices the handkerchief, they must quickly pick it up and chase the taya around the circle. The taya must run and sit in the empty spot before being tugged. 5. Switch roles. If the taya is tagged before sitting, they remain taya. If the taya sits successfully, the chaser becomes the new taya. Tips to play the game. Make sure the circle is wide enough so players have space to run. Encourage players to run carefully to avoid slipping or bumping into others. Tumbang Preso and Pico are not only target games but they are also considered as invasion games. These are some examples of traditional Filipino fielding and striking game. Shatong. Shatong, also called shato, is a traditional Filipino game that uses two sticks, a short one and a longer one, where players take turns striking the short stick to make it fly and score points based on how far it lands. Objective: hit the short stick as far as possible and score more points than the opponent. Materials needed: one short stick about 6 inches, one long stick about 2 to 3 feet, and open playing area. Number of players: minimum of 2 players but can be played in teams. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the playing area. Make a small hole or mark on the ground where the short stick will be placed. 2. Set up. Place the short stick across the hole so that one end sticks out slightly. The batter uses the long stick to strike. 3. First hit or the lifting. Use the long stick to hit the end of the short stick, making it flip into the air. While the short stick is in the air, quickly hit it again to send it flying farther. 4. Scoring. Measure the distance from the starting hole to where the short stick lands using the long stick, counted in points or stick lengths. 5. Switching roles. If the batter misses hitting the short stick in the air 3 times, they are out and the next player takes a turn. After all players have batted, scores are tallied. And 6. Winning. The player or team with the highest score means longest total distance wins the game. Tips in playing shatong. Play in an open area to avoid hitting people or objects. Swing carefully to avoid injuries. Agree on rules for scoring before starting because some players add bonus points for very long hits. Bati Cobra. Bati Cobra is a traditional Filipino fielding and striking game where a player strikes a short stick or piece of wood to make it fly, then hits it again mid-air to send it farther, while the opposing team tries to catch it. Objective: hit the short stick as far as possible, then score points based on the distance or by avoiding being caught by the opposing team. Materials needed: one short stick, about 46 inches, which is the cobra, and one long stick, about 2 to 3 feet, which is the bat, and open playing area. Number of players: 2 or more players, but can also be played in teams. Rules and how to play. 1. Set up the play area. Dig a small hole or make a mark where the short stick or cobra will be placed. 2. First hit or lifting. Use the long stick to strike one end of the short stick, making it flip up into the air. 3. Second hit, striking. While the short stick is in the air, hit it again with the long stick to send it flying as far as possible. 4. Fielding. The opposing team tries to catch the short stick before it touches the ground. If they catch it, the batter is out and roll switch. 5. Scoring. If not caught, measure the distance from the starting hole to where the short stick landed using the long stick. Count how many stick lengths. And those lengths are the batter's score. And 6. Winning. After all players have taken turns, the one with the highest score wins. These are some tips to play the game. Always play in a wide, safe space to avoid hitting other players. Good coordination and timing are key to hitting the stick accurately. And fielders should spread out to cover more area and catch the flying stick. Chatong and Bati Cobra. How do they differ? Both games use two sticks and involve striking a short stick to make it fly. Shatong focuses mainly on hitting the short stick as far as possible and measuring the distance, while Bati Cobra adds a catching or fielding element. If the short stick is caught, the batter is out. Sipa Baseball. Sipa Baseball is a Filipino traditional game similar to baseball, but instead of using a bat and ball, players use their foot or sipa to kick a can, bottle, or a small ball and then run around bases to score. Objective. Kick the object as far as possible, then run around all the bases and return to home base before the opposing team retrieves the object. Materials needed: a can, a small ball, or any safe object to kick. 4 bases, stones, sleepers, or markers arranged like a baseball diamond. Open playing area. Number of players: 2 teams with at least 5 players each. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the field. Arrange 4 bases forming a square, like in baseball, or home base plus 3 more. Assign one team as the kickers and the other as the fielders. 2. Kicking. The first kicker stands at home base and kicks the object as far as they can. 3. Running. After kicking, the player runs to the first base, then to second, third, and back to home base. 4. Fielding. The opposing team quickly retrieves the object and tries to throw it to home base before the runner returns. If the object reaches home base before the kicker gets back, the kicker is out. 5. Scoring. If the kicker successfully runs all the bases and returns home before the object is returned, their team scores a point. And 6. Switching roles. After all kickers have had their turn, teams switch roles. The team with the most points wins. Tips to play Sipa baseball. Kickers should aim to send the object far from fielders to have more running time. Fielders should assign positions, like in baseball, to cover bases and retrieve the object faster. And choose a safe, soft object to kick to avoid injuries. Pukpok palayok, catching, and tumbang preso are also striking games involving striking an object. Once again, these are some of the traditional Filipino invasion and fielding and striking games. Patintero, agawan base, lawin at sisiw, agawan sulok, agawan panyo, araw lilim, iring-iring, tumbang preso and piko, chatong or shato, bati cobra, sipa baseball, and pukpok palayok, touching, and tumbang preso. Look at the picture carefully and write the name of the traditional Filipino invasion, fielding, and striking game being shown. You may also write your answer on your notebook. For numbers 1 to 6. Let's check your answers. 1. Agawan Panyo. 2. Bati Cobra. 3. Lawin at Sisiw. 4. Agawan Base. 5. Patintero. 6. Shatong. And for numbers 7 to 12. Let's now check your answers. 7. Agawan Sulok. 8. Sipa Baseball. 9. Pukpuk Palayok. 10. Touching. 11. Tumbang Preso. And 12. Piko. Identify the traditional Filipino invasion, fielding, and striking game being described. You may also write your answer on your notebook. For numbers 1 to 5. Let's check your answers. 1. The two teams compete to grab a handkerchief placed at the center of the playing area and safely bring it back to their base without being tagged. Agawan Panyo. 2. The players compete to occupy corners while one player tries to tag them. Agawan Sulok. 3. It is a game that imitates a hawk trying to catch chicks protected by a mother hen. Lawin at Sisiw. 4. The players try to cross a grid without being tagged by the guards standing on the lines. Patintero. 5. Two teams compete to tag members of the opposing team and capture their base without being tagged. Agawan Base. And for numbers 6 to 10. Let's now check your answers. Number 6. This is similar to baseball, but instead of using a bat and ball, players use their foot to kick a small ball and then run up bases to score. Sipa Baseball. 7. The player strikes a short stick to make it fly, then hits it again mid-air to send it farther, while the opposing team tries to catch it. Bati Cobra. 8. Players sit in a circle and one player secretly drops a handkerchief behind someone's back. Iring-iring. 9. The players take turns striking the short stick to make it fly and score points based on how far it lands. Shatong or shato. And number 10, players try to avoid being tagged by staying out of the sunlight and moving only in shaded areas. Araw Lilim.
Thank you for joining me. Let's learn, play, and grow together. Teacher Beth Class TV. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.